Welcome to my second video. I'm astonished by the response I've had from the first one, so here goes again. Here's what I'm looking at this time. Control group, we've got a Pogo photo, a J94, lovely little runner, DJM's 1361 coreless, Hornby's wonderful Peckett's B2, 3-pole good runner, and then of course the Hattons P-class. If you take a look at them all, you'll also have a wee gander at our dog mulling around in the back. Right, let's get underway with the O photo. Just a control really, this one. Everyone's got one, so I thought it would be useful. First of all, forwards at 20 on the Gauge Master controller. So it goes, it's loud actually, but it goes, it's reliable. Too fast really, these pocket rockets, but it moves. Bit sticky on that point there. And we've completed the forward and back. Tried at a crawl, and it is moving there, remarkably slowly, but it's not reliable and it stopped. Tried to get it more boost, nothing. I have to bang the layout to get it moving, and then it takes off in its usual fashion. The 1361 coreless. I find these are better once they're warmed up, and it was quite cold at this point. In fact, there was a wind howling. Here it is forward at 20. Slightly lurching there, but it is moving. Not touching the control just now. Forward at 20. Can't really argue with that. Try it backwards at 15. You can tell from this they are very efficient little runners. It's just struggling there, and it's come to a stop. Needs a little bit of encouragement. And there it goes again. Will it keep going to the next point? No. So 20 is really its realistic limit. I'm going to try it forwards again at 20, just for consistency. And you see there it sticks again. It is a very light loco, and I feel that does not help its continuity with the track. Now just begin to warm up though. Let's try it back at 20 again. Same as slightly faster, you can see running, but it's actually still at 20 on the controller, and it takes it no bother at all. 1361. Let's move on then. Take a look at the P-class. Forwards at 20. Approaching the first point. Over the dead zone. Still moving. Second point. Smooth and sweet. You really can't argue that. That's forwards at 20. Very controllable. Excellent runners. Let's try it backwards at 20 to see if it's consistent. Once again, no problems at 20. Forwards and back. Try forwards at 15. This feels almost cruel to expect it to continue over points, but we'll try it at that. Still moving. If you'll pardon the pun, I'm sure you find it riveting. Here it comes over the first point. Still crawling. And it's just wanting to go. You can see it's trying to move. It's not stalled as such, it's just not quite getting there. A little bit of a dent and it's on the go. Still at 15. It does make it over the second point. And again, I really feel you can't argue with that. Dropping it right down now to let it crawl. Let's look at the Peckett. Well regarded locos. Smooth, but I confess I find it doesn't like the point as much as the Hattons. Forward at 20 and it stopped. Little touch and is on the move. Just about makes over the second point. Let's try it backwards at 25. And still it came to a stop there, which is surprising. Makes it over the second point backwards at 25. So we'll bring it forwards at 25. Just about made it slightly sticky over both points. You can see a slowdown, but it does manage it to 25. Some of the momentum, it's a heavy loco, that helps it move. Moving on then to the J94 saddle tank. It is a heavier loco
30,
and it is lower geared, and so it does need more power. In fact, an older motor likely as well.
Second oldest of the collection
30.
here.
A bit noisy.
Smooth,
So it does the job
refined, a little bit
nicely.
noisy.
A backwards crawl.
And go back at 25.
It's less than 20.
I think if it makes it at that speed, even if it's a bit using more power than the controller, you can't really complain. But there you are.
Just a little bit sticky there. Tap it again and it's on the move again. Let's try the second point.
Takes just that little bit more power.
Crosses it, no problem at all.
A lovely loco
Really
to run as well. No complaints
by
with
now,
it whatsoever.
It runs so well, I'm almost scared of doing some more damage than good. Forwards then at 30. No problem at all. Slight hesitation with the points there. We're running it at anything beyond crawl speeds, so it's very smooth, very reliable, which is why it was the star.
Give it a bit more juice.
The last
and
one,
it'll go back lovely.
video. And there we go.
There it is in a backwards crawl.
Very slow crawl.
So you get just under 20 in the
behind the signal
controller.
box. Wonderful camera work. That's now just about 12 or 15 on the controller. So how do we sum up? Which one's my favourites? Well, to sum up the Pug, the 040, first of all, it's what? It's reliable, but not realistic. Then if you look at the 1361, it's sweet, but really too light. The Peckett, well, it's heavy, but hampered by being only a 3-pole motor. So for me, it's between the Hattons P-Class and the J94. And I confess, for me, the P-Class just edges it. I think that the 5-pole motor just about swings it over the J94. Anyway, hope you found that useful, helpful, interesting. A little bit of bonus content for those who've been brave enough to carry on watching to the end. Alright, I'll leave you to it. You'll pick up why there's a voiceover for this one, because it was blowing a gale when I did the original recordings. And so I didn't think you'd want the sound of whistling all the way through the video. Enjoy the picture of the Northern Lights as well. Gives you an indication of where I'm located. Thank you.
Features, very erratic DCC fitted Bachmann toy loco, which as you can see And that's it running at 60% on the controller. It's a very power hungry little fellow. I'm sure the chip accounts for some of that, but it does not like running. In fairness, it is made for DCC. And finally, let's see if we can get this fella to move. I have a soft spot for these old Class 25s. A friend of mine used to run one. Back in the childhood days. Out there to 45% on the controller. It will move, but it takes a lot of welly. That's at 40. And you can't really expect it to do much below 30 on the controller. That's at 30 now. Can't complain at that in terms of its smoothness though. For an old loco, 20 on the controller. Is it moving? I think it is actually. Somewhat in fits and starts, but it's moving. That's not very happy. Let's try in 25. Starting to see a bit more lurching at least there. So you have to really be up to 30 before you get something that's stalled. 30 will give it a bit of a chance to run. Okay. Hope you've enjoyed that. I have.